Hello, 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 hello. Hello? Okay, I don't hear myself twice. Okay, that's nice. I'm back after troubleshooting for so damn long. I gotta check the stream, see if it's even working. The infinite loop now. Alright, cool, 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 cool. I wanted to react to a couple things, or not a couple things. I don't have anything in mind, but I'm just here trying to figure this out. I'm trying to live stream. It's a lot of things, man. I didn't think it's gonna be so many things to work around. Multi-streaming, awesome. I'm currently using Streamers Lab to figure all this out. Seems like the most intuitive, easy, straightforward thing. I'm kind of a chump though. I kind of paid for it. It was $27 to unlock all the features. Um, but it does work better than OBS for me personally. OBS is slightly more complicated for me. I don't really get all the verbiage that goes on in there. Maybe one day I will. But for now, I'm sticking to Streamlabs. And yeah, let's see where this goes. Let me react to a couple things today. Let's see, the first thing I want to react to is Sneako's probably a little rant on Jeffrey Epstein was Israel, but let's see.
If you read between the black box on the Epstein list, it's easy to see 9/11. But if you look even closer, you could easily see that Epstein was Mossad. It's very annoying to anyone who's been researching Epstein to see the Trump-appointed team tasked with declassifying the Epstein list dancing like uncles at a wedding with binders of information that have been available online for years. Here are the quick facts, no conspiracies, because everyone else is lying. Jeffrey Epstein definitely worked for Israel. Not some random Middle Eastern country like new FBI Director Dan Bongino said. Epstein didn't have a business. He was financed by billionaire philanthropist Leslie Wexner, who was the CEO of Victoria's Secret. Makes you wonder, was Victoria's Secret getting sex trafficked on an island? Think about that next time your sister wants to stop there at the mall. Les Wexner is one of the richest Zionists.
What does that matter? My sister wants to stop and buy underwear, a bra, or some perfume, or the splash, as she calls it. Why can't she shop there? It doesn't matter if they're trafficking kids or they're doing this, blah, blah, blah. Allegedly. It's just a product. She's not doing anything horrible by buying anything at Victoria's Secrets, but I don't know, whatever. We'll see.
In the world and fund some of America's favorite conservatives. Yes, he's still alive. Yes, the victims have accused him, and no, he's not in jail. Epstein's wife, Ghislaine Maxwell, who's currently doing 25 to life for sex trafficking, was the right-hand mastermind behind it all. The Florida estate, the ranch in New Mexico, the luxury Manhattan apartment, and the infamous ritual temple on the Virgin Islands. Ghislaine Maxwell was the bottom bitch, the female voice needed to coax the girls to every location. Yes, Ghislaine was trafficking girls and shaking hands with everybody worth knowing in America, was perhaps an even more evil manipulator than Epstein himself, but what's even more interesting is that her father, Robert Maxwell, was quite literally an Israeli spy.
Israeli spies.
Robert Maxwell was a murderous double agent who literally stole U.S. intelligence and sold it to American enemies. When his cover was blown, Mossad killed him. With direct links to MI6, the KGB, and Mossad, he was like the Godfather mixed with John Wick of Israel. His brutal use of mafia tactics, intelligence, and blackmail created the country of Israel you know today. Even former Israeli Prime Minister Yitzhak Shamir said he has done more for Israel than can today be told. It sounds like a movie, but this is all public and well documented for decades now. Imagine what else they're hiding in these binders. The point is, Epstein's blackmail operation is impossible to work alone. And if you wonder why you see the Star of David next to every American politician, this is why. It's why this is the most taboo subject in the world, but the veil is being lifted. My friend Ian Carroll went on the Joe Rogan podcast today and discussed this topic on the biggest conversation platform in the world. He ratioed Elon Musk with this topic on his own platform. The biggest voices in the world are no longer topic on his own.
For being so smart, you're exceptionally bad at understanding this one issue. Kind of weird. What am I missing? That AIPAC purchased the seats of about 90% or more of our current Congress. JFK famously wanted them registered as a foreign agent right before he was shot, and thus they changed their names. They changed their name and never registered. Why are we letting a foreign lobby buy off our Congress? Makes you think, doesn't it, huh?
Platform. The biggest voices in the world are no longer capable of avoiding it. And one thing that's obvious enough through the redacted blackouts of the Epstein client list is the lack of anybody Muslim. There aren't any. But you would think through the sea of propaganda about what Muslims do today, and in the words of Alex Jones,
stop the Islamic takeover of the West. I'm not Muslim myself, and I think he's very biased, of course, since he's Muslim himself. I haven't read all the files, and I highly doubt he's read all the files to know there's zero Muslims involved. But I'll take his word for now, until the future, whatever it holds. We'll see. I'm not saying I want Muslim people to be on this list. I don't want anybody be on this list. It's horrible if you are. But Yeah, let's see.
The Islamic takeover of the West. That there would be Muslims involved in the biggest uncovered blackmail operation ever. But no. Even with the former most Googled man in the world, Andrew Tate, who continues to blame terrorist attacks on Muslims.
Guess what I saw in the car on the way here? A terror attack in Germany. A Muslim ran over a bunch of white people in Germany this morning.
Alexander Schumer? Man? Whatever. What he's trying to show me here? That he's Catholic? Is that one of his posts? Okay.
But the white people in Germany can't band together to fight against it because then they are what?
Three.
You want to see something?
Yeah.
So I'm currently streaming on 3 different platforms: Kick, Twitch, and YouTube. Supposedly. Actually, let me check my YouTube. Because I didn't see it pop up.
You have a sock.
It sounds way better. I sound way less nasally.
The baby's downstairs alone.
Okay. Well, I have all these because I paid for it. Yeah, I know I paid for it. But I wanted to really get into this. Streaming ending, extra scenes starting soon and they have sounds and everything.
And they can see this mess.
What mess?
Behind you. The baby's crying.
They can't see anything.
Okay.
You can only see my face.
Come on. Cool, babe.
What other mic is it picking up right now? I think it's picking up the camera mic.
I gotta go now.
Show the wife everything. She brought me brownies. Let me see if YouTube is working currently. Yeah, it is working. Cool. Come chat. Oh, pretty good. This is homemade. Homemade stuff right here.
Times now where it turns out they weren't even Muslim at all. The Pakistani invader was a Christian born in the UK. The Christmas jihadist hacker hated Muslims and even replied to my tweets saying that. And the German guy from the other day that Tate mentioned on the PBD podcast, that guy was a Christian. Happy Lent, by the way, to all the Christians, and I hope it's successful. It's no hate to Tate, people make mistakes, but when I Lent, by the way, to all the Christians that Tate mentioned on the PBD podcast, that guy was a Christian. Happy Lent, by the way, to all the Christians, and I hope it's successful. It's no hate to Tate, people make mistakes, but when I became Muslim 2 years ago, I thought the propaganda was over. Boy, oh boy, people ran out of lies, so they started hating the way we fast, saying that Ramadan is like skipping lunch. If you think having no food, water, or coffee every day from 5 a.m. to 6 or even 8 p.m. for a month straight is easy, be my guest. So whatever bullshit propaganda...
Shit, light work. No offense. Called intermittent fasting, but okay.
Propaganda they spread about us, at least there were no Muslims on the Epstein list.
So you say. BBC News. Let's see what they're saying.
Pictures appearing to show Andrew Mountbatten Windsor crouched over an unidentified woman are featured in the latest disclosure of files linked to the late American sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The images are among more than 3 million documents published by the Trump administration. It's not known where they were taken. Mr. Mountbatten Windsor has been asked for comment, but he hasn't responded. He's previously denied any wrongdoing. The US Justice Department said this was the final batch of material that would be published. John Sudworth has the details.
In and amongst the more than 180,000 images released are
weird
these
picture.
pictures showing the
To take.
then Prince Andrew kneeling over and touching a female whose identity has been hidden. There's no context, location or date provided. Andrew has always denied any criminal wrongdoing, but this latest batch of files once again contains items...
That picture doesn't prove anything. That could have been a joke. That could have been... God, who knows? Her choking. I'm not coping with these people. They're probably evil in some sort of way, but those pictures don't prove that much.
raising serious questions of judgment, not least an email exchange from 2010, long after his close friend Jeffrey Epstein had been convicted of sexual offences involving children, suggesting he meet with a 26-year-old Russian woman in London who he might enjoy having dinner with. Andrew replies he would be delighted to see her and adds, "Will she be bringing a message from you? Please give her my contact details to get in touch." Epstein writes back, "She's 26, Russian, clever and beautiful, and yes, she has your email."
We will continue.
Okay, she's
The
26.
new files also contain further revelations about Peter Mandelson, who last year lost his job as British ambassador to Washington after it became clear his friendship with Epstein had been deeper than previously known. They include the claim that the sex offender sent Lord Mandelson's then partner, now husband, Ronaldo Avila da Silva, £10,000 to cover the cost of an osteopathy course. Lord Mandelson has described his friendship as a most terrible mistake and says he wasn't aware of Epstein's crimes. There's little, though, to pose a real threat to...
I swear they all say that shit. We didn't know.
President Trump, apart from some unsubstantiated allegations which the FBI had already ruled out, nor, his administration says, anything to prove a wider conspiracy. But with so many documents withheld or redacted, Jeffrey Epstein's victims do not believe they've yet been given the whole truth.
When the president signed the bill in November, it was to release all the files. All the files need to be released. They haven't been released. So that's what closure looks like. That's what justice looks like, whether anyone's prosecuted or not. Get the full information out there so the public, the survivors, and everyone can really know what's going on.
With continuing calls for him to give evidence in America, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor has yet to respond to the latest revelations, but he's always strenuously denied any wrongdoing.
Of course he
John
has.
Sudworth there. Well, the documents also include email correspondence between tech billionaire Elon Musk and Epstein. The new emails show that Musk, who's not been accused of any wrongdoing in the case, discussed travelling to Epstein's island on more than one occasion, including a 2012 trip where he asked Epstein, "What day/night will be the wildest party on your island?" There's no evidence that Mr. Musk ever did end up
Bro, you do not become a millionaire, I'm sorry, in my opinion, without stepping on somebody. Now, there's cleaner ways to step on everybody else. Like how streamers just, they're entertaining and they climb up the ladder. But let's be honest, getting millions and millions of dollars in this sort of way, these type of businesses, you have to make a lot of friends. To make friends, it's not just networking, in my opinion. You have to go to these parties, you have to go meet people, you have to, come on. In my opinion, I think Elon Musk is not fully innocent of anything, but, you know, innocent until proven guilty, I guess. That's how it works. That's how we should do it. Let's see.
taking a trip to Epstein's island. Writing on X, he says, "No one pushed harder than me to have the Epstein files released, and I'm glad that has finally happened. I had very little correspondence with Epstein and declined repeated invitations to go to his island or fly on his Lolita Express, but was well aware that some email correspondence with him could be misinterpreted and used by detractors to smear my name. Well, Gloria Allred, a prominent civil rights attorney, represents many of Epstein's victims. She gave her reaction to the latest release of files.
Some of them are completely devastated by the fact that the Attorney General, the Department of Justice, was supposed to and indicated that they were redacting victims' names, the survivors' names. And yet, today, with the release of
Redacting their names and what? Putting a fake black bar over it so people can just whoop, copy and paste, and you can see all the names, and even names that were not put over or under a black bar still out there. You can see their names.
these more than 3 million files, many of the names of my clients who have been Jane Doe for many, many years were in fact published. And this is devastating to them. And we have to deal with that because, you know, they had little or no trust in the government. Now they have no trust in the government because.
Okay. We shouldn't have, in my opinion, we shouldn't trust these billionaires, millionaires that run our government. I truly believe that they're all guilty of horrendous things. Fucking Satanism and shit. That's just my opinion. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. The future will hold a lot of answers.
The government has not earned that trust. And the Assistant Attorney General
Bubba
today, Todd Blanche, in his press conference said that he hopes that the release of the files will bring closure to the victims. This is ridiculous because they have devastated so many of these survivors by publicly releasing their names. At best, it was a sloppy job. At worst, it smacks of a cover-up.
Gloria Allred there. Well, with me is our correspondent, John Sudworth. John, a number of questions from this. But first of all, the administration indicating this is the final batch. Is that likely to be the case?
That's what they're saying, that they have complied with the law, which was that they release all relevant files, except for a few exceptions for legal reasons or to protect the identities of the victims. But they say this is pretty much it. What's interesting, Geeta, I think in some ways this story is now playing bigger in the UK than it is in the US. So some US news sites I noticed not even leading on this story this morning, and I think that's of course because of the involvement of people like Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, Peter Mandelson, etc. There are, of course, other high-profile American figures caught up in this latest batch of documents. The Microsoft founder Bill Gates, for example, in what looks like an email that wasn't sent, written by Jeffrey Epstein. The suggestion in these files is that Bill Gates caught a sexually transmitted disease. He has called that suggestion absurd and false, and like everybody involved in this, all strenuously denying any involvement in anything, certainly anything wrong, and very definitely nothing criminal. And actually, these files bear that out. We heard Todd Blanche, Donald Trump's personal lawyer and Deputy Attorney General, sort of releasing these latest batch of documents, saying that there is no evidence here of co-conspirators. If there was, he said, we would be prosecuting those individuals. The trouble with all of this, of course, we were told last year that there were a potential 6 million documents they were looking at. Now we're told they have finished with the release of 3.5 million of them. So somewhere 2.5 million haven't been released. For the Justice Department, they will say that's because they're irrelevant or legally confidential or need to be redacted to protect victims. For those who see conspiracy in that, in any of this, they will say they're being withheld precisely for that reason, to continue the cover-up. And so, of course, I think as much as the Justice Department, as much as the Trump administration wants to draw a line, I think this is very unlikely to do so.
Yeah, we've seen Gloria.
A lot of evil people. What does a mortician got to do with? Let's see.
Hi, is it just me or does every household have the plague right now? We're all sick. And also, if you notice, my eyeball is swollen. I had microblading
Jeez.
done on my eyebrows, so they're a little dark. They'll fade, don't worry, they'll fade. But it was overdue, and I have no idea why. But this eye, can you see that? Is so
Jesus.
swollen. I had threading done, and I'd never had that done before. I don't know.
I've done threading that's never fucking happened to me in my life. What the hell is
Is
that?
anyone else's eyeball swollen up after microblading? Please let me know. Anywho, without further ado, my hair is wild. I don't have any makeup on, but we're gonna nail this. When something goes viral involving death, my brain does something very specific. I don't jump to conclusions. I don't jump to theories. I start asking one question. Does the body make sense? And then I gotta look at it because I'm a mortician and I work with the dead. I see what the human body does after life.
Bro, I've seen dead bodies on a table, you know, after the mortician has done its thing, and not the makeup and all that, just like bodies that were donated to science. Dog, that shit is disturbing. I couldn't get it out of my head for a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. It didn't stink. You saw people just poking and prodding and touching them, and it's just like, bro, it was gross. They offered, oh, do you wanna go, you know, practice something on the body? No, I'm good. You got it. Like, what the fuck?
Leaves it. How fast?
Long story short, this woman right here is brave for getting that job like that, in my opinion. Brave or just desensitized, I don't know, but it takes a lot.
Fast things change. What relaxes, what drains, what dries out, and what never looks the way people expect it to. So when a photo starts circulating online, especially one being framed as a dead body, I don't look at the headlines. I don't look at the comments. I mean, I do a little bit, but I look at the physiology.
She definitely
And that's
does.
exactly what happened when this image of Jeffrey Epstein started making the rounds. There's been a lot of renewed attention on the Epstein case lately. Documents, files, rediscussions, people relitigating everything that's already been talked about.
Is that allowed to just show that picture on YouTube? You know, he's not dead, chat. He's not dead. He's not dead in that picture. You saw he was warm. He was sleeping. He was sleeping.
To death, no pun intended. I'm not here to re-explain who Jeffrey Epstein was. If you're watching this, you already probably know, and if you don't, that's not the point of today either. What is the point is this photo. This image has been shared by major media outlets, picked up by TikTok, on some crazy conversation threads over on X, and dropped into the conversation as if it represents death. And people started tagging me. I love when they do that. Not because they wanted to gossip, but because something about it felt off. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that because I think it's weird too. So anyways, welcome back to Morbid Monday, where we don't just talk about death, we talk about what the body actually does after it. And today, we're putting the death science lens on a photo that the internet cannot stop arguing about. Because it's just another Morbid Monday. Wish it was Friday. I need more lyrics. I got nothing. Hannah, oh my god, my brain is just...
She needs to stop singing is what it is. Jesus. Stick to the video for sure.
Fucking right. Morbid Monday. Morbid Monday. Cue the intro. Wow, 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 wow.
Oh. That's kind of loud.
Here's what we're going to do. First, I'm going to show you, from a mortuary science standpoint, why this photo does not show a deceased body. Not opinion, not conspiracy, anatomy, physiology, and what the body actually does after death. Then, once we establish that, we're going to talk about the part that really doesn't sit right with me. It's a little opinionated, but we're going to go there. Why does this photo exist at all? Why is this image now resurfacing? And why does it feel like it creates more confusion than clarity? And finally, we're going to talk about the things that aren't discussed enough in this case, like the lack of publicly released autopsy photos, the absence of clear crime scene imagery, what documentation does and doesn't exist, and what happens after someone like this actually dies. But before we go anywhere else, we need to start with the body. It's raining outside. Alrighty then. Because no matter what you believe about this case, a dead body follows rules. So let me show you exactly how I can tell just by looking at this image that you all lovingly and morbidly tagged me in, that the person, aka Jeffrey Epstein, in this photo is very much alive in this moment, which actually makes the photo weirder to me. Pull the photo up again. I get tagged in this, and y'all want to know, does this look like a dead body?
Bro, how many times are you gonna pull up the photo?
To you? And that's when I realized
I get it, the video is about the photo, but like, she just pulled it up for no reason this time, but okay.
why this photo is so effective and honestly dangerous, because it sits right in that uncomfortable middle space. Close enough to death to confuse people, or at least it's cosplaying death, but not close enough to actually be real. So instead of reacting emotionally, I did what I always do. I stripped everything else away and I asked one question, which if you ever see something like this again,
get to the point.
I hope that this video comes to mind, because you should be thinking, what is the body telling me? So when I saw this, the very first thing I noticed wasn't the weird looking table he's lying on. It wasn't his body positioning. It was actually the mouth area, his mouth. This is one of those things that families are always kind of shocked by, because no one really talks about it. But when someone dies, every muscle in their body relaxes. All of it, including your jaw. And when the jaw relaxes and someone is lying on their back, gravity takes over and the mouth opens. Not dramatically, just naturally. So naturally, in fact, that at the funeral home, we don't just hope the mouth stays closed. We actually have to physically close it, and we have a few different techniques on how to do that, but we'll have to talk about that in another video. That's not poetic, that's not optional, that's anatomy. There are techniques for it, because without intervention, it will not stay shut. Have you ever been sleeping in the middle of the night and your mouth just pops open? You can feel that your mouth has popped open and you've been inhaling through your mouth, so your mouth is all dry and scratchy. That happens when you die too, because it just relaxes.
The conversation around death is something that I struggle with. I hate the conversation around death. Like, death is scary to me. I'm not saying I live my life in fear of dying, but for sure, like, thinking of people around me dying, how I'm gonna die, hopefully of old age. I think the statistics shows most people die of old age, but hopefully that's the case for me as well. I don't want to die young or tragically, but we'll see. That sounds so morbid.
You're gonna be thinking about me when you wake up in the middle of the night and you slept with your mouth open. You're gonna be like, oh, Lauren, why? So when I see an individual like Jeffrey Epstein laying flat on his back with his mouth naturally closed, no tape, no visual support, no tension, my brain immediately goes, okay, well, the muscle tone is still there, and muscle tone does not exist in a deceased individual. And this is one of those little details. I know it's little, but it's a big detail, and people don't realize that, because movies, when you watch movies and they suddenly pass away, movies lie to us. Television lies to us. Dead people on screen always look peaceful, mouth closed, perfect. perfect, calm. I always think of Snow White. She looked beautiful, right? Her mouth is just perfectly closed. But that's not reality. Reality is gravity. Reality is relaxation. Reality is the body doing exactly what physics tells it to do. So right out the gate, before I even look at anything else, that closed mouth tells me I am not looking at a deceased person. And once I clock that, I move on to the next thing. Because the mouth isn't the only part of the body that gives this away. The eyes are next, and those are loud. After death, dehydration starts almost immediately. It does not wait. It does not care. The eyes are one of the first places that you can actually see it. The surface of the eyeball starts to dry out. The corneas lose that wet, reflective look. The eyes flatten and they dull. Dehydration is not my friend in the funeral home. It's one of the very first things we are constantly fighting. In this photo, though, the eyes are still moist. Are those tears? Are his eyes leaking? I don't know, but they definitely look full and hydrated and puffy in a way that suggests fluid is still being regulated in the body. That is not what I expect to see in someone who is deceased. Dead eyes don't look like that. They just don't. And I know it's just...
Okay, well, what if he just died, like, seconds before this picture, or after? Am I tripping? Jesus Christ, man. I became brain dead for a second. They took this picture seconds after he died. Probably. Minutes, seconds. It looks like he's in jail. It looks like a cell floor. A lot of metal.
Just a movie, like I know it's just a film, but in Stranger Things, when the kid is holding Eddie and like the bats got to him and he's no longer alive and his eyes are just glistening. And I know he's supposed to have just died, but I'm like, it's too lifelike. It can ruin movies for you too. So I don't know. Once you see it, you just can't unsee it.
You just said it. You just said it. He had just died. Come on. I'm done watching this. It's getting boring anyways. Okay, enough with the Epstein. Enough with the Epstein. What the hell is this?
I can't speak on Rakai because he's a child. But if I could speak to Rakai's mother, Rakai would be back in fucking Syracuse.
LeBron.
Are those face tats?
The king himself. Bro, you know that's like my favorite like basketball player. LeBron.
Face tats? Or a bunch of bruises?
Mother, Rakai would be back in fucking Syracuse.
LeBron. The king himself. Bro, you know that's like my favorite like basketball player.
I don't give a fuck. It's time to go for the bitches game. Yeah, all you can tell it's blind. Like, he's like, look where the black comes at. It's just blind game. So all I do is die. You can tell
what
the
happened?
King himself. Bro, you know that's like my favorite.
Rakai starts acting different around his friend because he got more money and motion.
Like basketball player.
I don't give a fuck. It's time to go for the bitches game. Yeah, all you can tell it's blind. Like, he's like, look where the black comes at. It's just blind game.
That was just rude. I don't think that was fame. I think it was just... That was rude as fuck.
So all I do is dye that shit black, bro. It's good.
Wait, can I play a song?
Huh?
Can I play a song?
No, I'm not done calling people real quick. Stop fucking... No.
Rakai ruins the two-man by saying Dabo stinks.
I saw the lid. You saw something too?
It sounds like fucking cursed Carly dog.
Literally, that
You should get on that Kai wave and start reading some books for real.
is what they were laughing at. It's because I said I got a whiff of his musk under his armpit.
Did you see? No. nigga.
Good morning, employed people. The last time I made a video talking about how disrespectful Rakai was, and now looking back, that was only the tip of the iceberg, because ever since then, this kid has somehow managed to get even worse. In this video, we're going to talk about some, if not all, of the crazy things he's done so far. Starting off with the time he disrespected a woman old enough to be his mother, who is not only a mother herself, but also a teacher, Miss Emmy.
It wasn't enough when you pissed off Miss Amy. It wasn't enough when you came late. It wasn't enough when you used lie. It wasn't enough when you write 500 times about accountability. Guess what? Fuck Miss Amy.
During
I don't know. It seems like a lack of father figures is what's going on here.
During Kai's Mafiathon 3, Kai tries to do the responsible thing and hires a tutor, Miss Emmy, to homeschool Rakai and Tota so they can balance streaming and school. Instead of treating that like the opportunity and privilege it was, being homeschooled while other kids are freezing at bus stops early in the morning, Rakai turned it into content. On the very first day of homeschooling, they showed up late, but Rakai refused to admit it and just kept denying it over and over.
I'm not coming like this. Trying to Miss Amy. Yeah, he came in late. I was on time. Miss Amy. Bro, stop.
You know, I have to be honest.
Be honest.
I didn't see my clock when they walked in.
You didn't see a clock? It was late. I know, right here in the Bible. No, listen. Not right now, fly right now. Stop staying. I was not late. I was there. RP was kind of chat.
Instead of letting it go, he kept talking over her, acting like he could debate his way out of being late, even going as far as pointing at her, while his other hand was busy holding his meat between his legs.
It was late.
Ew, what? Why do people do that? I mean, guilty as charged, but not in public. I'd be in my house, maybe watching some TV. TMI. My hand right there, but I'm in my house on myself. The fuck? And I'm not gonna do that in front of people. What's wrong with you? No manners.
No, right here in the Bible. No, listen. Not right now, fly right now. Stop staying. I was not late. I was there. RP was kind of chat. He came in. RP was kind of chat. Nah, it's not about women and late. I woke up about 11:55. Their room is across the hallway from the class. No. Yes. No, I was not late, bro. That is. I being bad. You late. No. You late. Secondly, why was he in the classroom so much?
And it wasn't just about being late. Miss Emmy explained that the class kept getting derailed because Rakai and Tota were throwing food at each other. It got so disruptive that she couldn't even continue teaching. The more people tried to calm him down, the more he doubled down, laughing and mocking instead of taking anything seriously. Eventually, it got to a point where Miss Emmy had to draw a hard line. She said,
"Who are these random ass kids behind them? 1, 2, 3 kids? And then them? And why does Rakai have a whole tablet and a laptop? Like, is he streaming right now? What the fuck?"
Said it was either he leaves or she leaves because she was trying to get something done in peace, and Rakai chose to walk out of the classroom instead of fixing his behavior.
He had to go to the bathroom once, and then he was throwing food, and he wouldn't stop, and I had to stand between them, so I said, "Leave so we can get something done in peace." Because they were acting up to them.
Why y'all giving Miss Amy a hard time?
I said, if you.
I don't think he was pointing at her. I think he was pointing at the kid next to him, because he's the one that threw food at him.
Either you leave or I leave, and he walked out.
What made me and all the other employed people so angry is that this wasn't funny trolling anymore. It came off as pure entitlement. Miss Emmy is described as patient and kind, yet Rakai still treated her like she was the enemy, even escalating things to the point where he later cursed at her.
It wasn't enough when you pissed off Miss Amy. It wasn't enough when you came late. It wasn't enough when you used lie. It wasn't enough when you write 500 times about accountability. Guess what? Fuck Miss Amy. Yeah, I said it.
But
yeah, he should have been slapped for real.
Somehow, that looks like funny trolling compared to what Rakai did later. After that, the disrespect left the classroom and went straight to Kevin Hart's home. Now, this was the moment that made a lot of people realize Rakai does not understand social lines. The AMP Junior crew pulls up to Kevin Hart's house during the end of Mafiathon 3. Everything is jokes, Kevin is laughing, the vibe is light. Then, Rakai starts chatting with Kevin's daughter, Heaven. The moment Kevin clocks it, his dad energy kicks in and he checks them immediately. That's normal. Any father is going to do that in his own house. But Rakai responds with the audacity of telling Kevin Hart to chill.
Hey, Rakai. Hold on, Rakai, you gotta chill, bro. What you keep doing with his daughter, bro? That's his daughter, man. No, it's his her. We're not young, bro. She's 20. Kev.
I'll be honest
Put
with
a
you.
shirt on, bro.
That's the first time I almost
Put a shirt on, bro.
Don't you tell me what the she is. Don't you tell me.
Hey, whoa. Wait, what?
That's my kid.
They YNs.
That's my kid. No, but don't talk to me about what my daughter did.
I'm just telling you.
I know,
I'm
saying, you say lawyer Tony. Nah, fact.
Oh, no. Hey,
no, watch out.
Kev,
No. He think because he coming here, minister, that I want. You hear me? No, man. They need to all back up off my daughter. Whole section.
Kevin Hart almost jumped his ass. Rakai was forgetting he's a guest, forgetting he's talking to a parent, and forgetting the basic rule of
Bro, I wouldn't even do this at a stranger's house. Like, what the fuck? And what is his face doing right now? What the hell is this? Nah, bro. Ain't no way. What?
life. You do not tell a grown man how to talk while he's protecting his child. And this just showed how Rakai thinks. He told Kevin Hart to chill because his daughter is 18, so he thinks Kevin doesn't have a say in her life anymore. Now, imagine what he'll start doing once he turns 18. And when someone actually tries to correct him directly, he somehow finds a way to make it even worse, like the Dr. Prison moment back in Mafiathon 3. After the whole Miss Emmy situation, Kai, for once, felt like this kid was genuinely out of control. And because Rakai doesn't really respect him, he brought Dr. Prison on stream to set him straight. This was supposed to be the serious turning point. But instead of taking it seriously, Rakai did what he—
Does Rakai have a neck tattoo?
He does best.
What's up, little bro? Turn around. My man. Stand up for a second. What the f? Stand up. Stand up, bro. Huh? Stand up. What's happening? You good? Do you know who I am? My man. You know him?
Really, dude? Really?
Really do. You know him?
Yes, I know who you are, gang.
Then you know I don't play. And your brother brought me here for a reason, right? Do me a favor. One thing I need you to do for me, right? Don't ever disrespect me in this moment. This is a— very important moment for you. I'm here for you. I do house calls with celebrities all over the country, bro. You hear me? Who are blessed like you. And sometimes it takes for somebody to come in and just speak a little life into them. That's why I'm here. He did this today because he loves you and cares about you, bro. But he's tired of you throwing your life away at 16, little bro. You got a big future ahead of you, bro. And if you don't turn this corner right now today, your future ain't gonna be the same tomorrow. That I can promise you.
I look like you better cry. You look heated. Or is he trying not to laugh? I don't even know.
Can I say real quick?
Do you understand what I said?
Yes.
My man.
I want you to look at my face. And look at my eyes, right? You see, do I give a fuck? No. I'm gonna fuck what you're talking about.
Can I be honest? I probably would have given the same reaction. Like, bro, get out of my face. You really ain't nobody. You telling me how to act. I get it. I was in that mindset. And that low-key still I am, because like ain't nobody gonna come to my house and tell me how to act. But I don't act like this kid, bro. He doesn't act like a civilized person. He start acting straight.
Do this shit, I'm in it. It's a lifestyle. Yeah.
And Rakai doesn't just disrespect people. He started a bunch of fights too. Like back at Streamer University, he got into it with young Dabo after accusing him of taking something as stupid as a ski mask. Within minutes, it turned into shouting and hands flying, to the point where they had to be separated over something that small.
Y'all turn the music off. Y'all turn the music off. Let go. Bro, I got him, back up. I got him, relax. No, let him go. Yo, chill. Hold this. Relax. I got him. Just hold him. All right, step back, relax. Let me go. Niggas on just relax. I know you're not getting it. People listen to me, bro. Just listen to me. I just listen to me.
He looked like a 10-year-old trying to get his toys back. Give my toy back. That's my monster truck. That's my Hot Wheels. I get it. If somebody took something of mine, I'm getting that shit back. But if it's something so small as if you had to come to my house and steal a ski mask, you broke. You broke as hell. That's petty as shit. You think I'm gonna react to that? Take it. It's yours. I'll buy another one. Don't ever come to my house again.
Then the Dez situation was even worse because it happened during Mafiathon, live in front of tens of thousands of people. Kai had a 30-day no-smoking challenge with a $100,000 reward for Dez, and Rakai decided to rage bait him over allegedly smoking.
Cause you want to go and troll him, and the whole time you vaping.
I troll him too much.
You troll him the whole time he got videos you vaping.
It escalated into a full meltdown, slurs, screaming, and an awkward energy that made everyone look bad on stream.
Change your code.
Yo, hold on. Stop.
The key thing here isn't just that Rakai is loud, it's that he cannot switch off. He can't read a room. He doesn't understand when something is content and when something is completely ruining the vibe of the entire stream. But Kai, being Kai, protected Rakai, saying he's just a kid.
He's 16! This nigga's a kid! He's a kid! He's a kid!
Rakai is 17 now. Back then, he was 16. And at 16, I'm pretty sure most of us were not doing the type of things this guy is doing. Another big problem with Rakai is that he can't take criticism. There was a time Tylo called him out for being disgustingly messy and untidy. We're talking basic stuff. Pizza boxes under the bed, a dirty room, a trashed closet. Not some deep personal insult, just straight up constructive criticism. Rakai's response? He burned Tylo's LeBron James jersey on camera, laughing like it was just another bit. That's when it became clear he doesn't just talk reckless, he acts reckless too.
In your own room, why you going? Mad disrespectful. Then they want to do that? They want to go always on this mad going on, bro. Oh, Tylo, nigga. Want to touch my shoes? Yeah, nigga.
Drop it.
Stop burning, bro. All I had to do, gang. Bro, nigga.
During one of Rakai's streams, the group
Bro, I don't understand how this kid doesn't get his ass beat. I really don't. I mean, man, somebody took my jersey or something similar of value and started burning it because you criticized the room. I criticized your damn room, your stank ass room. Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way you're gonna go and burn my shit. You would have been picking up your teeth from the ground. No way.
The group was out in public when the camera caught an older man sitting alone and eating. The clip shows Rakai looking over at the man and starting to laugh. The moment didn't look like a joke with context. It looked like he was laughing at someone who appeared to be alone and possibly struggling. People around him didn't seem comfortable either, and others in the group didn't really join in the laughter.
What the hell are you laughing at?
I'm eating bullshit, man. Nigga forgot he was eating. No. John, hey, for me, yo. This shit goes straight. This shit goes straight to kick shit.
Once the clip spread online, viewers were upset because it came across as laughing at a vulnerable person. Whether the man was actually homeless or not didn't matter to most people. The image of someone sitting alone and being laughed at just didn't sit right. It felt mean-spirited instead of playful. The situation got even bigger when a tweet started circulating that appeared to show MrBeast saying he wanted to give the man $100,000 to help him get back on his feet after seeing the clip.
I want to give that homeless person eating by themselves on Rakai's stream 100K. Hope I can get him back on his feet. 100K? Bro, that's not getting back on your feet. 10K, 20K, that's getting back on your feet. 100K is life-changing. Bro, $100 is life-changing to him. No way. 100K.
So Mr. Beast tweeted, I want to give that homeless person eating by themselves.
Also, to assume he's homeless because he looks like that. Weird, but.
On Rakai stream $100,000. Hope I can get him back on his own feet.
Some people were skeptical, saying Mr. Beast does things like this for viral moments and could have handled it privately instead of announcing it. But regardless, if he keeps that promise, that person would be getting real help. After the backlash, Rakai went on stream and tried to defend himself. He said he wasn't laughing at the man and claimed he was laughing at something else happening in the moment. He also said pages were clipping things out of context to make him look bad. But a lot of viewers didn't accept that explanation, because to them, the clip looked pretty straightforward.
Oh, when they say he was laughing at the homeless man? Yo, I laugh at the homeless man, chat. That is not funny at all. And chat, listen, I wasn't even laughing. In and out, yeah. But chat, the Twitter pages be just for me, bro. Like, they only do it to me. It was 3 there. They only said Rakai. You feel me? 3 there, and they only said my name, bro. Because they're.
You're the only motherfucker laughing. Bro, why are you looking at that man and laughing? Like, what's wrong with you? Ain't nothing funny around you. Ain't nothing was that funny.
It's engagement. It's engagement, bro. So that's what I'm saying. I want to clear that thought. I was not laughing at him. I was laughing because of the food I ate and the sauce. And the shade looked at me like this. I looked at the shade, man. Look at the shade. You know, you got a friend, you look at the shade. Like, imagine you got your friend, you look at like this. You look at him and start laughing. That's what the happened, nigga.
That is not what happened. Yo, I hate people look at your face, look at people, thousands of people you're live streaming to, and straight up lie. Like, bro, how do you sleep at night? You're just lying like that. I think it would have been more honorable to be like, yo guys, my bad. It was immature of me to be laughing at the homeless guy. But no, he wanted to go and lie. He wanted to go and make it worse.
Benefit out, mind you, before that, the old man came to the bathroom. I said, you need help washing your hands? Turn the water off, friend, and gave him a paper towel. That was the happened, my nigga. So, chatting, I'm done.
Oh my god. He didn't need your help washing his hands? What the fuck type of response is that?
But that wasn't the only time Rakai acted like a nuisance streamer. A video circulated.
I thought he was gonna say something else. Nuisance streamer.
Of Rakai and his friends going into a pet store, doing their usual loud, obnoxious public routine and getting on people's nerves. An older woman tried to give them calm advice, not yelling, not being rude, basically trying to help. She spoke to them respectfully, almost like a concerned parent, telling them not to let Rakai self-destruct, and they did not receive it well. One of the friends even said something like, "I don't give a fuck," which is insane to say to someone who's being calm and respectful. At this point, I think people are experiencing Rakai fatigue. This careless public behavior just keeps stacking up. It feels like he's moving like a child star with no real supervision, where the only people who can check him are the adults around him, and even they can only do so much. I always end up wondering, where are Rakai's parents in all of this? And we've all seen this pattern before. Once someone starts being this reckless in public, it can escalate into doing things that are actually illegal. There was a clip where Rakai walked into a convenience store during a stream and picked up a bouquet of flowers. Instead of paying for them, he went up to a random woman and handed her the flowers as a nice gesture, trying to make it look wholesome on camera. The problem? He hadn't paid. When the woman asked if he bought them, Rakai told her yes. He lied and acted like he had paid, trying to keep the moment looking sweet and generous for the stream. But as she walked out, store alarms went off, clearly signaling that something hadn't been paid for. Rakai just laughed.
Get a cart. Oh, no. Oh God, we should get this to somebody. Have a beautiful day.
You too.
I got it for you.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
God bless you.
Did you already pay for them?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, thank you.
All right, have a good day. God bless you.
All right, bye-bye.
Viewers heavily criticized him for this because it showed a pattern. He wasn't just being loud or disrespectful anymore. He was now doing things that could actually get him into legal trouble, all for a quick clip. And the worst part was involving an innocent stranger, putting her in an awkward and uncomfortable position without her knowing the full truth. Twitch ended up banning him after that, and that wasn't even his first time getting banned. Moments like this made a lot of people feel like the line between stream content and real life had completely disappeared for him. Sometime before that, there were clips of Rakai driving on stream with both hands off the wheel at points, fumbling with his phone, swerving, and even drifting into the wrong lane before correcting himself. That's not edgy content, that's genuinely dangerous. It's the kind of thing that, if it ended badly, nobody would be calling him a menace, they'd be calling him a tragedy.
We got the music or no?
Yeah, play that. You gotta accept your order. Accept the first pickup. Play that.
Who's he talking to? Ghost? The hell? There's nobody in the car.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Oh, shit.
Then there was the Megan incident, which almost got both him and Kai in serious trouble. During a live stream, Rakai brought up private leaked content involving Overtime Megan and tried to turn it into a joke. Instead of understanding that the situation was personal and sensitive, he said her name and referenced the leak in a laughing, careless way in front of a live audience. The moment instantly made the stream awkward. You could see people around him reacting uncomfortably, and even Kai's facial expression showed that a line had been crossed.
Wells. Overtime Meg! Overtime Megan? You see the leaks? That was crazy!
He's a wild boy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
In New Orleans?
I was on the phone with my man, screen sharing and shit.
I don't lie. He's a wild boy.
Parade. That shit was crazy, gang. I'm kidding about it.
I don't lie. He's a wild boy.
Megan later responded publicly, which made the situation even bigger, and painted Rakai as immature and disrespectful, not just toward her, but toward women in general. At this point, Rakai just looks like a mess. He's even been accused by some viewers of viewbotting. People point to suspicious viewer spikes and low chat activity ratios, like going from small numbers to massive ones overnight. And it raises questions about whether all of his growth is organic or inflated. And let's be real, this kid doesn't even seem to have basic discipline, let alone media training.
37% validated viewer? Bro, 30% validated viewer? I mean, you have to be kidding me, right? Brother, that's less than 30%. Bro, that's 31% validation. Bro, 31% validation. That's not motion, that's counter motion.
You start to wonder what kind of guidance he's actually getting, and where his family is in all of this. Anyway, that's it for today. Like, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
For months, we and the rest of the internet have debated if we have.
Oh, my bad. I was muted. What I was saying was, I heard about this. I heard that she was like getting prostituted or being used in some sort of way. Like Sneako's chat. We'll see. We'll see from the video. Let's see what people are saying.
We've been seeing a woman being trafficked in real time on social media. Some of you may have seen our last video back in August trying to get to the bottom of whether or not the influencer Woah Vicky was being held hostage by men in Nigeria.
You'll be held against your will. Is that the case?
No, that's not the case.
And by the end of it, to be honest, the answer was unclear. But if you thought things were suspicious then, they just got a whole lot worse.
She was just on Sneako's stream. Like, what?
Victoria is being watched and followed.
The handlers, they got me dressing kind of cute nowadays.
Someone's always watching her
Baddies kidnapped my friend.
through a camera, through her life, and controlling what she can and cannot do, what she can and cannot say.
Ain't nothing wrong with
No funny
Here y'all go. Well, Vicky was never kidnapped and she is safe.
Okay.
Lock in.
Ain't nothing is wrong with me.
And I believe her life is really in danger.
What was that?
Controlling what she can and cannot do, what she can and cannot say.
Ain't nothing wrong with me.
No funny Lock in.
Okay.
Lock in.
Ain't nothing is wrong with me.
And I believe her life is really in danger.
You are right. I'm done hiding it. I give up. You are right. Yes, I need help.
Give me a minute with it, bro.
I don't think Woah Vicky is trolling. Something is very wrong and we need to take it seriously.
Confusing, right? That's why we're making this video. To lay out all the evidence and make sure a woman whose life may very well be in danger doesn't get dismissed just because they have a controversial past. We last covered the rumors surrounding Woah Vicky in August. Since then, the allegations have only grown more troubling. As controversies do in the digital.
I have kidnapped Vicky. She is with me in Nigeria. I'm demanding $1 million for her release.
Age, it all started with a tweet. In December 2024, Woah Vicky, or someone using her Twitter account, tweeted that they were holding the influencer hostage in Nigeria and demanded $1 million for her safe return. However, just as concerns spiked, Vicky deleted the tweet, claiming that it was all a joke.
We kind of got carried away with the joke, you know? We just like to have fun and joke, you know? I don't drink or do